you pick up, you have the tendency of picking up only that 90 seconds. But what happened before that? 1.5 hours before that, we never wanted to do that. So the chemistry is fine, the physics also will be fine, the arithmetic will be fine, and we will make a strong alternative.
Okay.
Now BJP has to worry. I mean, BJP has to worry because their numbers are going to decline. And declining Modi's image.
Okay,
and declining the country's
okay, fine. BJP has to worry. I am focusing on 90 seconds. Though, of course, those 90 seconds were very representative of the 1 hour or perhaps whatever opposition is doing. Okay, Ravula Sridhar Reddy, I have to involve Abbas Haider also. Abbas Haider, UP ke do ladke, it never worked.
So, yeah.
Bua and Bhatija did not work. Okay, UP ke ladke did not work. Abbas Haider, UP ke do ladke did not work. Bua and Bhatija did not work. And we have seen Chaliye Baithiye between Nitish and KCR. We have seen Mamata supporting the vice president candidate of the BJP and NDA, a governor with whom she was absolutely jousting for all the period that Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar was the governor of Bengal. Where is this opposition chemistry you are talking about? Where is it? We have not seen it.
Let me first clarify about arithmetics. See, we were talking about the vote percentage. Let me tell you, in 2019, when BJP was at its peak, it got 37% vote of the country. And the opposition, now the opposition parties, including the 11 parties which has left Bharatiya Janata Party alliance, NDA alliance in past 8 years, now the vote percentage these parties has got is more than 60%. So arithmetics is in favor of the opposition parties. One thing, see, BJP has lost its credibility among the allies. See, Shiv Sena, TDP, JDU, even Mehbooba Mufti. I mean, they have done alliance with Mehbooba Mufti. They have all left Bharatiya Janata Party one by one. They are left totally alone. Not even a single party other than Bharatiya Janata Party in the NDA has more than 2 MPs in the Lok Sabha. And today, what Amit Shah has said in the rally, he said that Seemanchal Vasiyon mein josh nazar nahi aa raha hai. This is what he has said. We could see that Bharatiya Janata Party has not now realized that they are not going to do anything in 2024. The opposition is united and Bharatiya Janata Party is terrified. This is what is happening across the country. And I would like to congratulate Mr. Nitish Kumar.
Okay.
Because he is trying to
Abbas Haider,
do whatever he can to unite the opposition party, all the opposition leaders.
Abbas Haider, you know what?
Leaders are coming
you are representing Samajwadi Party.
Bharatiya Janata Party, against the anarchist party, the narcissist party.
Okay, anarchist party. But you see, Abbas Haider, you are from Lucknow. I was reading a report just 3 days back, which said that Bua, Mayawati ji, is now refocusing on the old vote bank of Dalits and the minorities, the Muslim community. That's the vote bank which Samajwadi Party keeps in Uttar Pradesh. The chemistry, the bond, the covalent bond would break immediately the moment that restructuring of or refocus happens on the part of BSP. But you made a point. In fact, Manojit Mandal also made that point, that BJP is left alone. You are saying there is no credibility of the BJP with the allies. Let's look at one ally, AIA-DMK. AIA-DMK in Tamil Nadu. Incidentally, in fact, BJP chief JP Nadda was in Tamil Nadu today. Kovai Satyan, the charge by the opposition or the hope of the opposition against the BJP is that in 2024, BJP would be going in alone in the general elections. That they have lost credibility with the party. I'll come to BJP spokesperson later, but Kovai Satyan, you are still an ally of the BJP. How do you see this charge of the opposition?
Good evening, Abhishek, and good evening to my fellow panelists. This is not a political rally, but the message from BJP is clear that they are poised to take the task forward for 2024 from now onwards. There is a saying in English, work your plan and plan your work and work your plan. They've already planned and they have started to hit the ground faster. But when it comes to the UPA and allies, they are scrambling to find a common ground because every regional ally has aspirations in the national front. be it TRS, be it Nitish, be it TMC, or anybody for that matter, has got national aspirations. So they have to come to a common ground and they have to understand what is the ideology they are going to fight the NDA, which will take some more time. So at this moment, the tone is set by BJP and they want to gather the momentum based on it. Even though 15 months is a long time, but when the tone is being set,
good point.
It clearly indicates that they have started to work their plan. That's the message that they're wanting to send out, and the message is loud and clear.
Yes.
Can I come in?
BJP has the momentum. I will want an answer on that from Manojit Mandal. But before that, Sanju Verma, you have to respond as the spokesperson of the BJP on the debate today, that you are effectively alone now. I mean, it's a valid charge made by opposition, by Manojit Mandal, by Abbas Haider, that, the parties that stood with you and the kind of big umbrella alliance you stuck in 2014 and built on it in 2019 does not seem to be there anymore.
Let me be very clear with you. मुंगेरी लाल के हसीन सपने देखने का हर किसी को हक है. And I want to say one thing. How many, votes did BJP get in Lok Sabha 2014? It was 17.5 crore. In 2019 Lok Sabha, it was roughly 23 crore. That is a 31% increase. Now, assuming that there is not a 31% increase, but just a 15 or 16% increase in our vote share in 2024, we will still walk.
Sanju Verma, I'm not talking about numbers. I began by saying the arithmetic is with the BJP on its own, but where's the chemistry? We are talking about the chemistry part.
You keep interrupting me a lot. You don't want me to disturb the flow. I would please request.
I am moderating the debate, Sanju Verma.
So please let me finish.
I am moderating the debate. I asked the question, Baba.
You are moderating the debate, but please can you allow me to finish rather than heckling me? Thank you. I don't want to be heckled. Let me make my point.
I am not heckling. I am adding to the point you are making, Sanju Verma.
Oh
we have moved on from numbers. I have already conceded that you have the numbers. Arithmetic is with you.
Can you stop heckling me? Let me finish. You gave a free run to Manojit Mandal when he was not making sense. So can you please stop heckling me? Let me make my point.
I did not give a free run to Manojit Mandal. I did not give a free run to Manojit Mandal. But please go ahead. Answer the question.
Oh my God.
Answer the question, chemistry.
Continue talking. I will start once you stop. Please continue talking. I don't wish to comment because you don't want to hear the BJP's views. I refuse to speak.
Oh God.
You may continue to heckle the BJP. Thank you.
Sanju Verma, it's been exactly 55 seconds. I have not spoken. Now please speak on the chemistry part. Answer the chemistry part.
I will speak what I want to speak because there have been a lot of families here on your show who've been speaking on everything but the topic. So, please don't tell me what I need to speak and not speak. First and foremost, the arithmetic is with the BJP.
Go ahead.
Number one. Point number two, speaking of chemistry. I want to say one thing because I believe numbers, also explain the chemistry. The BJP and its allies got 39 out of 40 seats in Lok Sabha 2019. We got 31 out of 40 seats in Lok Sabha 2014. And now, Abhishek, in Lok Sabha 2014, we got 22 seats on a standalone basis. And in 2019, we got 17 seats on a standalone basis. How much did Congress get in Lok Sabha 2014? 2 seats. How much did RJD get? 4 seats. How many seats did RJD get in Lok Sabha 2019? A big 0. So the point is Lalu Yadav plus Sharad Yadav plus Mamata Banerjee plus Nitish Kumar plus MK Stalin plus TRS all put together. ये मोदी जी के नाखून के बराबर नहीं है. You don't have a leader who is even 1/4 as good as Narendra Modi. Be it in terms of commitment, be it in terms of intellectual credentials, be it in terms of stature.
Look at the level of arrogance on the party that rules India. Oh God.
This is what they think.
Manojit, hold on.
Are we in a democracy?
Manojit, hold on.
Are we in a democracy?
Manojit, hold on.
May I please take
Of course, we are in
Look at the
democracy, and
level of
democracy is about
arrogance
numbers,
on
and the
the part
BJP has
of
the
the
numbers.
party.
But let me structure it and take it forward.
I mean,
Let
he's
me structure
comparing
and
all the
structure and take it
opposition
forward.
leaders.
I need to
Abbas,
come in.
Abbas
Abhishek,
Haider,
can I come in?
Abbas Haider, Monojit Mandal, Sanju Verma made a point, and I want to pick up on that.
See,
Okay, Sanju Verma, go ahead, take your 20 seconds and then stop.
when,
Yeah.
see,
Okay. The other thing, there is a spokesperson from the Samajwadi Party. I remember on your channel, Abhishek, before the UP Assembly elections came out, all these Samajwadi Party के spokesperson आके, they used to say, "अरे कुछ भी हो जाए, चाहे सूरज उगे ना उगे, चाहे सूरज अस्त हो ना हो, but Yogi Adityanath will never come back to power for a second term. The BJP will be routed." अरे आपने इतनी सारी बातें करके you got only a 32% vote share. You only managed 111 seats. We got the highest ever vote share since 1979 at 42%. Despite anti-incumbency, we got 255 seats. Trinamool Congress कहती थी हम तो गोवा में सरकार
Can I
बनाएंगे.
come in?
Okay, Sanju Verma, you got your 20 seconds plus some more.
can I just respond to this?
Congress did not win a single seat.
Can I just respond to this?
Hold on. Others, Sanju Verma, calm down now. You got your 20 plus 20 more
Can I
seconds.
just respond to this?
Sanju Verma, you got your 20 plus 20 more seconds. A very important point Sanju Verma made. I want to take the debate forward, picking up from there. She said, we have Modi. What does opposition have? Who from opposition is going to take on Modi? Now, that's a very valid question. You know, Monojit Mandal, you have to take it very seriously. I'll come back to Manish Barrier and Ravula Sridhar Reddy on that, but before that, Monojit Mandal, you know, we have a perpetual prime ministerial candidate in Rahul Gandhi. We have a free electricity driven Kejriwal. We have a fighter in Mamata Banerjee, for sure. We have a perpetual survivor in Nitish Kumar. And then, of course, some astrologer has convinced KCR that he should also take a go in 2024 at the national scene. You know, but on a serious note, who from within these ranks, I mean, the 5 names I gave, at some point in time or other, either they themselves or their supporters, their party leaders have said, are possible prime ministerial candidates. But, again, is it a real challenge to someone like Narendra Modi? I mean, by all accounts, he stands tall vis-a-vis the entire opposition spectrum. Monojit.
So you have taken 5 names who could potentially become the leader of this nation. How many names can you take from BJP? Just one. There lies the difference. They have only one leader.
They have Narendra Modi.
We have 5 please.
Okay, so
we have
only need one prime
5
minister.
according to your
You only
assessment.
need one prime minister.
Add more 5 names
The
to
nation
that.
needs only one prime
What is
minister,
the problem?
Manojit.
Let me answer the question.
Oh my God.
This is not a presidential contest, Abhishek. The first task of this nation is to drive BJP
we need only one
out
prime
of
minister
this
for God's
country.
sake.
That is the
We
first
need only
task.
one prime minister for God's
The
sake.
question of leadership is inconsequential. The question of leadership is inconsequential. In 2004, we did not know that Manmohan Singh will be the prime minister of this country.
Getting it. The
Did we
election
know
is between
before the election
63%
in
and
2004
No.
that Manmohan Singh will be the prime
37%.
minister of this country
Manojit, we are
and
not
he
living
will
in reality.
survive for 2 terms? We did not know. There lies the question. The first task of this country and the people of the nation is to drive. She was talking about heckling. Look at her.
Manish
She was
Barrier.
talking about heckling. She is a perennial heckler on TV. She was talking about heckling. We have got at least dozen leaders. 1 dozen, at least 1 dozen. They have won. I repeat, in 2004, nobody knew that Mr. Manmohan Singh would be the Prime Minister of this country for 2 consecutive terms. So don't talk about leadership. It is inconsequential. One comes to the question of the country, the polity of this nation, the economy of this country. Everything is in doldrum because of this political party called Bharatiya Janata Party. Every promise they made in 2014, 15 lakhs money, 5 crores jobs, you know, and easy life. Nothing has happened. Look at the dollar prices is rising like high. Everything, economy is in complete shatter. We may go Sri Lanka way any day if this political dispensation is there for more than 2 years in this country.
So, I mean 2029, calm down.
Okay, Monojit.
I know you are scared of Mamta Banerjee. You also said the same thing now.
Verma,
in 2021, you said that Mamta will not come to power again. You are lecturing about Achilles in UP. You said the same thing about Bengal. We have shown you, the people of Bengal gave you thumping reply, and now the people of India will give you the thumping reply. Khela hobe, the match is on the national stage.
People of India will give the reply, obviously, because we are a democracy and people of India decide. Monojit, hold on. Sanju Verma, I have understood the ploy of both of you. You know, you call each other the heckler and then monopolize the debate. Please give some scope for me to come in and involve other participants in the debate as well. Monojit, you have made an important point. You know, I want to tell you. Monojit, it's me talking, it's not Sanju Verma. Monojit, it's me talking, not Sanju Verma. Monojit, very important point. Monojit, don't. Monojit, hold on. It's me talking, not Sanju Verma. Sanju Verma has called me heckler, you have called me heckler, I am the heckler in chief today.
Look at the level of arrogance. Say that Modi ke naakhun ki koi jog nahi hai. They are not even though they look at the level of arrogance of this political party. When Mamta was the railway minister, Modi ji was not even in Gujarat. Remember the political history of this country. When Mamta was the railway minister in Vajpayee government, Mr. Modi was not even known to this country. Look at the political history of this country. You are not aware of this political history. You are a bad student of politics, I tell you. You are not aware of political history of this country. I gave you history. When Mamta was in railway minister in 1998, Mr. Modi was not even known to this country. Yet you show that level of arrogance. That's the level of your arrogance.
Monojit, hold on. I will have no option but to please
should I call her the same name? Should I call her the same name? We own.
Calm down.
That's our culture. This is BJP's culture. This is BJP's culture of insulting people on TV and outside the TV.
We only have 5 minutes left,
BJP for you. This is BJP for you.
We only have exactly 5 minutes left, and I have 5 more guests to get their second interventions in the debate. For God's sake, listen, be a Democrat. Be a good Democrat. Let's listen into other voices as well. Okay, now. Sanju Verma, Monojit Mandal, you have had your say. And now I have to take this debate forward. Please don't make, okay, Monojit Mandal, you know, you show a certain, distance from reality.
Did I call her a clown?
BJP.
I did not call her a clown.
Okay,
I did not
now
call
let
her a
me take it to
heckler.
others, please. I have to involve Rahula Sridhar Reddy, I have to involve Abbas Haider, I have to involve Abhishek Jha, and they are not of the BJP, Monojit. They are not of the BJP. Manish Barrier, you know, a short, quick comment from you. Monojit Mandal says that opposition has 12 leaders and this is not a presidential type of election. I think this shows some distance from reality. Times have changed. Manish Barrier, your quick comment on Monojit Mandal saying that there are a dozen odd leaders in the opposition ranks and maybe some leader would emerge. Do they have time? It's just 15 months left. Do they have time?
See, I disagree with him completely. Neither do you have time nor the potential to be a prime ministerial candidate right now. You belted out 5 names. Now, the first name, Nitish Kumar, he is the third party in Bihar. I don't know what kind of pipe dream we are talking about. Why are we even discussing? Same is the case of, with due respect to TRS. It's a very small party. Prime ministership, you require 272 seats, right? Where are they going to get this? So to discuss about these things, I think it's a realm of possibility, a very distant possibility. So what at best an opposition can do is to really perform very well in their individual states, and then later on, as it has happened in past, they can cobble a very unstable kind of a coalition government. But I don't see any one leader emerging as a national leader whom people are going to listen to. Already, my good friend Abbas is there. There are murmurs within Samajwadi Party that why should we give JDU any space in UP, because there was talk about he contesting from Phulpur. So it's not so easy. Everybody has to really, protect their turf, and then they have to grow. I see that a very distant possibility.
Okay, Manish Barrier. Okay, let me go to Abbas Haider then. Abbas, there was this talk indeed of Nitish Kumar choosing to contest from Phulpur, the constituency which was once represented by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of the country. Perhaps the idea was to take on some aura of the first Prime Minister of the country and then try, of course, to have an image of a leader who can go beyond his state. Are you ready if Nitish Kumar chooses Phulpur as a constituency to contest in 2024?
See, we have not received any request from JDU or Mr. Nitish Kumar on this, and if these matters can be discussed, of course we would welcome him, but we have not received any such request from Nitish Kumar. But I think this is not my authority to speak on that. Let the party leadership decide on that. But I would like to respond on what Sanju Verma has said earlier. Sanju Verma does not know that Bharatiya Janata Party's vote share in Uttar Pradesh has gone down to from 9% in past 2.5 years. From 2019 to 2022, and Samajwadi Party's vote share has increased 1.5 times, while our seat numbers have gone high 2.5 times. This is the reality. So don't try to camouflage the election in 2020.
You have made your point. We will discuss it with Nitish Kumar, Ravula Sridhar Reddy. Hold on. Kovai Satyan and Ravula Sridhar Reddy. I have to take the views of down south as well. I have to take the views of down south as well. No. I have to take the views of down south as well. Ravula Sridhar Reddy, just a fortnight back, the BJP did an exercise. Union ministers went across 144 Lok Sabha constituencies and brought a report. These are the brought back a report of how the party has not done well in these constituencies where the BJP has either stood second, third or fourth. Now that's the kind of preparation the election machine of the BJP is already doing. They are already working constituency-wise, seat-wise, and like in the case of Amit Shah in Kishanganj, Purnia today, region-wise. And this was also on a day when party chief JP Nadda was in Chennai. Ravula Sridhar Reddy, you think a single party in the opposition is even half as prepared?
Abhishek, definitely there will be right time for all these things, for the preparation. When did you see the BJP leaders last time in a development program or any rally that actually addressed the people for development perspective? These things are not new. We also have seen many leaders coming to our state doing something.
Prime Minister does at least 2, sometimes 4, sometimes 6 events on development and governance every day.
Always run from one
Prime Minister is doing it for the BJP.
Abhishek, 1 minute. Let me finish. They always
No. I'm talking about the party. Prime Minister is doing it for governance. 2 events, 4 events, 6 events every day. He was speaking on environment today with the ministers of environment ministers across the country. He does that every day.
See, the people of the country have elected them for running the government. Instead, they are doing election campaignings. You see Narendra Modi going to Hyderabad, going to Delhi, going to Bengal, going to other states only for election rallies. You see the same Union Minister of Home goes to all other states and only for election rallies. That is the fate. And one more thing, is it not sounding good when you see?
Okay, I'm hard pressed for time. Very sorry. I am hard pressed for time. Very sorry, Kovai Satyan. I just couldn't get you in for the second comment. But I can tell you, you earlier spoke about how the BJP has the momentum going. I can see that. I think Monojit Mandal, very honestly, is not well connected with the reality of change times post 2014, even more so post COVID reality, where the BJP clearly seems to be having momentum going in its favor. Of course, opposition has to get its act together and hopefully someday between the 5 names I gave or the dozen that Monojit thinks they have, some name would emerge as the consensus candidate, but that day is far, it's not today. Thank you so much for joining this evening.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university for the 10th year by India Today, a testimony to Amity's world-class education whilst imbibing values and sanskars in students.
आग को फैलने से रोकना मुश्किल है, पर नामुमकिन नहीं। अब फायरवॉल टेक्नोलॉजी के साथ सेंचुरी प्लाई क्लब प्राइम आग से बचाए।
Two police personnel were reported to have been attacked by two bike-borne alleged supporters of the PFI at the district of Kollam in Kerala, and they called for a strike during the NIA raids.
Karnataka Congress have released another social media campaign of posters under the banner Pay CM, alluding to the alleged transactions made to the BJP government for various positions in the state. Violence breaks out in Kerala with public property damage, stones hurled and damage brought about across districts in the state. Incidents reported in cities such as Thiruvananthapuram, Kochi and Kallai, among others. Protests of the PFI further witnessed across Kerala as country-wide protests against the organization arrests at least 106 individuals following the raids. Anti-riot mock drill conducted.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has hit out at urban Naxals. The Prime Minister said that they have only exploited the country and its countrymen. In a massive anti-terror plot which has been busted, the Shivamogga SP has confirmed that 11 locations were raided and incriminating material has been seized. The police further stated that all 3 accused were supporters of the Islamic State ideology and were preparing to conduct blasts after a recce. The CBI has nabbed a chief general manager of the National Highways Authority of India. This was in connection for allegedly accepting a bribe of rupees 5 lakh. According to officials, a search of his premises led to the recovery of rupees 60 lakhs in hard cash. 3 leaders of the Congress party from Andhra Pradesh and Telangana have been summoned in connection with the National Herald case. The summons have been issued by the Enforcement Directorate for next week.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university for the 10th year by India Today, a testimony to Amity's world-class education whilst imbibing values and sanskars in students.
Top stories in brief, viewers. The Kerala High Court has taken up a suo motu case against the PFI against the flash strikes called by the organization across Kerala. The court has called for a stringent action against the vendors, stating that acts of violence interfering with the life of citizens ought to be dealt with iron hands, thereby directing the state machinery to prevent any such incidents. Two police personnel were reported to have been attacked by two bike-borne alleged supporters of the PFI at the district of Kollam in Kerala, and they called for a strike during the NIA raids.
Karnataka Congress have released another social media campaign of posters under the banner Pay CM, alluding to the alleged transactions made to the BJP government for various positions in the state. Violence breaks out in Kerala with public property damage, stones hurled and damage brought about across districts in the state. Incidents reported in cities such as Thiruvananthapuram, Kochi and Kallai, among others.
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar participated at a book discussion of the book Modi @20, Dreams Meet Delivery at New York. The discussion was
From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for the debate.
I am Aishwarya Kapoor, and I know, you are used to the man himself, Arnab Goswami. He's not here today, but he's going to be back very soon. But today, viewers, we have two back-to-back action-packed debates. The first debate, amidst a mega crackdown with hundreds of arrests, alleged PFI workers resort to violent protest. Is it time to ban the PFI now? That's debate number 1 at 9. And debate number 2, Home Minister Amit Shah sets the momentum for 2024 with his rally in Bihar. With the countdown to 2024 already begun, who has the edge? That's debate number 2. Don't go anywhere. But let's begin with the headlines first. Raids in 15 states, over 100 arrests and massive cash trail under lens as NIA investigation reveals stunning details. Republic accesses NIA remand copy with stunning details. Copy mentions PFI encouraged youth to join Lashkar and Islamic State. Court says no, but PFI is on with protest. Goes on rampage in Kerala, pelting stones, vandalizing public property.
Assam government is consistently requesting central government to ban PFI.
In the center of an exposed anti-India plot, chorus grows for the complete ban on PFI.
नीतीश कुमार कोई राजनीतिक विचारधारा के पक्षधर नहीं है। उनकी एक ही नीति है कुर्सी मेरी अक्षुण्ण रहनी चाहिए।
BJP begins mission 2024. None other but Home Minister Amit Shah challenges Nitish in his own state, says Jungle Raj is back in the new MGB government. And with momentum being set and countdown coming closer of 2024 general elections, is opposition really prepared? Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. As I said, Arnab isn't here, but he's going to be back very soon. But the topic today is very important and sensitive. We are witnessing an unprecedented crackdown on the PFI, and the findings are scathing. Over 100 have been arrested from multiple locations across the country. There are counter-protests which are being staged by the PFI supporters that have turned absolutely violent tonight. As the allegations pile up, it is time to ask, why not ban the PFI? What are we waiting for? Here are the developments, and then we debate, because, ladies and gentlemen, I would just want to tell you, the NIA itself has made 45 arrests in 5 cases. 19 in Kerala, 11 in Tamil Nadu, 7 Karnataka, 4 Andhra, 2 Rajasthan, and 1 each from UP and Telangana. But you know what is more scathing? Is what Republic has accessed. It's the NIA remand report. Just 4 points. And then you ask yourself, PFI, it says, has conspired to indulge in unlawful activities, creating religious enmity, says the NIA remand report. Disaffection against India, yes, our India. Propagate alternative justice delivery system. I am repeating. Propagate alternative justice delivery system. Encourage vulnerable youths
to join terrorist, yes, you are hearing me correct, terrorist organization including Lashkar, ISIS and Al-Qaeda. If this is not enough, if this is not enough to ban PFI, I'll ask all my panelists what is on the debate. But first, this special report.
On the back of a high-level meeting headed by the Home Minister of India, multi-city, multi-agency raids commenced. Hundreds were arrested.
The investigation that has been carried out so far reveals that multiple organizations based outside India was funding the Popular Front of India through the Hawala network. And not just that, household remittances were also being received.
Now there is an attempt by the PFI to blackmail the nation in response.
We have got reports that in Kozhikode, a lorry has been completely damaged. The window panes of the lorry has been completely damaged. Also in the capital city of Thiruvananthapuram, about 30 kilometers away from here, there is a bus, a KSRTC bus, which was flying from Neyyatinkara to Thiruvananthapuram. The window pane of that particular bus has also been shattered.
You can see here huge number of people gathered in this protest site where they are protesting against the raids that took place yesterday, and they are also protesting against the arrest that was made by the NIA. Almost 11 important officials from the PFI were arrested yesterday.
There are big allegations being leveled on the PFI.
जिस प्रकार से इनकी कार्रवाई चल रही है, अपने लोगों को इकट्ठा करके, युवाओं को ट्रेनिंग दे करके, उसे सब ये लगता है कि ये देश के खिलाफ जो काम कर रहे हैं.
The PFI is hitting out at the claims.
Anish, would you like to say anything? Nothing. This is all a fabricated case, a political vendetta by the BJP government.
And there is a political class that is still trying to appease and defend the PFI.
किसी भी पार्टी का कोई मसला होता है तो धरना प्रदर्शन करते ही, बाद में अगर उनके साथ कोई जाती होती है तो फिर उनके पास इलाज ही क्या भाई, एजिटेशन करना, धरना प्रदर्शन करना, यही होता है. तो अगर उन्होंने ये किया है तो ये तो उनका हक है, राइट है.
But the details in an NIA remand copy raise big questions.
Republic Media Network has accessed the remand report which has been submitted by the NIA in the special court here in Kochi, and in it contains incriminating details against the PFI. It states that PFI has been involved in unlawful activity, has been working to create religious enmity, and also has been trying to propagate an alternate justice system in the country, and above all trying to encourage youths to join proscribed terrorist organizations like the Lashkar-e-Taiba, Al-Qaeda and the ISIS.
The Assam government is talking about banning the PFI.
Probably the request of Assam government may not be enough, but definitely Assam government has sent its input long back, and after Gorukhuti violence, we are convinced that PFI need to be banned.
With the mega revelations, the mega arrests and the mega crackdown, is it time to ban the PFI once and for all? Let's debate.
Well, yes, let's debate. I've joined in on the debate tonight. Professor Kapil Kumar, historian and political analyst. Binay Singh, a writer and political analyst. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, writer and a defense expert, joining in live. I have Rashmi Sawant, activist, live from Udupi. Anurag Bhadoria, the Samajwadi Party national spokesperson, live from Lucknow. Ehtisham Hashmi, advocate, Supreme Court. Atikur Rahman, Islamic scholar from Mumbai. And Syed Asad Abbas from Bangalore. Professor Kapil Kumar, isn't the ban against the PFI the only way? And why, Professor? Why should they be treated any different, I ask today? The first question, Professor, without wasting any time. From a terror organization which recruits youth, young, vulnerable youth for terror, why should they be treated any different? That's the first question, Professor Kapil Kumar, on the debate tonight.
Aishwarya, this is not only the way, but it is the first step towards the way to tackle this whole question of fanatic terrorism which has been launched on India today. This is not new. I was hearing someone say that it is political vendetta. I want to ask a question, that when the Christian priests in Kerala complained that how their Christian girls were being treated, converted, forced into marriages and all, was that complaint a political vendetta by someone? I want to know when that Christian professor's hands were cut. Was it a political vendetta? When the slogans are raised, Sar Tanse Zuda, is that political vendetta? And when these things, we have seen what happened in Udaipur and what happened in other places going on. Now the question is this, that the Indian Muslims should realize one thing today. I am remembered of the words of Subhash Chandra Bose, who said on 14th September 1944, when this Pakistan demand was there, that he appealed to the Muslim youth from Burma radio of Azad, and he said, what will you get by making Pakistan? Think of that. And his words came so true, that what have they got in making Pakistan? Now what is happening is that certain fanatic forces in the world. Well, let me complete.
Hold on,
Let me complete.
Asad, just let him complete. Asad, let Professor complete.
Please let me complete it, sir. Let me complete, sir.
Thank you.
Let me complete and then counter me. I will listen to you.
Carry on, Professor.
Okay. Now, what has happened is that there is a certain conspiracy international going on, where the real player is the Turkish government, which wants to start its Ottoman Empire again. And this Al-Qaeda, this Lashkar-e-Toiba, this ISIS and all, they have their roots in Turkey from where it starts. Pakistan is only a ploy, because ISI and all, they help them against India. That is the ploy. Because this is not happening just in India today. It is happening in France, it is happening in other European countries also. And the latest which has happened after seeing the London incidents, what is happening in England.
Hold on, we have a lot of time.
What is happening in England today, that they used to, why is the person so impatient in listening to certain facts? He can counter me. And what has happened in London today, last week, makes it very clear that earlier these fanatics' call was Ghazwa Hind, which now internationally they have converted into Ghazwa Hindu, which is a very disturbing factor. And for these people, even the lives of Indian Muslims don't matter, because they are using them only as a cannon fodder in the name of, by putting up fanatic ideas and all in relation to that. So this is what's going on. I, for 1 second, vote down by intelligence agencies.
No, Professor, these are just the opening comments. I'll come back to you. Sayyid Asad Abbas, can you please tell me, if I go according to the NIA remand copy, which I already mentioned earlier, which has been submitted before the Kerala NIA court on 22nd of September, it says, and I repeat, that PFI encourages vulnerable youths to join terrorist organization, and I'm quoting out of the NIA remand report, to join Lashkar-e-Taiba, LET. Are you hearing me, Asad? Islamic State of Iraq and Syria, ISIS and Al-Qaeda, and you still want to defend them? Asad, reply please.
Allow me to answer you. Firstly,
you still want to defend them?
I think Arnab is more aware that I am the first person on the national television media and network that has always called for a ban on the PFI. The fact of the matter, Aishwarya Bhai, it goes this way. The gentleman, the professor who happened to speak before me, called it this, advent of an Ottoman Empire. Respected sir, how have you been privy to this information? And if so, why don't you give this information to the NIA? I'd like to really know your source. Also, as a matter of fact, sir, you said the Muslim youth is not the representation of the PFI, SDPI, CFI. Only because of a few radicals, you cannot say the Muslims are being used as cannon fodder. Absolutely no, sir. Those who do the crime will pay the brunt and will be dealt with the harshest of punishment. The final point I'd like to make here, Professor Saab, is You spoke about the Professor Joseph whose hands were chopped off. There was also many terror links found to be. What was the Bharatiya Janata Party doing over the last 8 years? Over the last 8 years, why haven't they banned the PFI? 2014 manifesto of BJP carries, they will ban the PFI. 2019, 2 times in power, 8 years in control. Why Amit Shah ji has not taken a step? Final submission, sir. Final submission.
Hold on.
We need to understand here, there is a sinister policy here of the Bharatiya Janata Party, Aishwarya Bhai and Professor Saab. They will keep the PFI alive. Why so? Because here in Karnataka, where I come from, they eat into the vote bank of Congress. So therefore, politically, for the BJP, it's convenient to keep such radical elements only for their dirty politics. We, the Muslim, the youth of this country, wants
Abhijit Iyer Mitra and Ehtisham Hashmi.
and the immediate.
No, point taken. Abhijit Iyer Mitra and Ehtisham Hashmi. Abhijit. The SDPI is condemning the raids, calling it an attempt to create a shadow enemy. But who is the real enemy? When an organization, Abhijit, is functioning on Indian soil, is found to have hit lists, Abhijit.
So this is not new. Remember, they've been hitting lots of people left, right and center for a long time now. Right? Now, the thing is, you can't just go after people and ban them. There is a process of banning things because, as we've seen in the past, the Supreme Court overturns bans. So you first have to slowly collect intelligence, and it is a very painful job. If you look at the sheer extent of all the front organizations and silos and compartments that they have, when you go through the NIA documents, you realize that this was like a spider's web of God knows how many different things. All of it had to be collated. All of it had to be collected. You first have to create evidence. Now, when people decide to ban it right up front, these people scream, oh, this is fascism, this is the end of democracy, this is genocide against Muslims. Then, when they take their time to build a case and do raids and do it sequentially as per the law, they said, why do you take so long? You know, this is like this catch-22 situation. Karo bhi, you're damned. Na karo bhi, you're damned. Right? Now, let us look at this organization very carefully and what their history is. Yes, sure. But right now, the only thing it is doing, like the professor said, is it is consolidating the caliphate. Remember, the entire philosophy of all these organizations is that they want to recreate the caliphate. So what the professor said, what the professor said was that it was a recreation of the Ottoman Empire. Remember, the Ottoman Empire was also the caliph. And that is why what they are trying to do is they are trying to recreate the entire caliphate. So what the professor said. Now, this is open literature. I don't know why our friend hasn't read this, because this is there in literally you open, it's Terrorism 101. You open anything on the way the Ummah ideology is spread and the Caliphate ideology is spread in any terror manual. Al-Qaeda actually does not believe in the Caliphate, but ISIS does. There's a whole set of Islamist organizations that believe in the Caliphate, and the PFI actually feeds in, several strands of it feed in to exactly this recreation of this one global Islamic empire, whatever. And it's literally 101. So I don't know why this is such a great revelation that the professor actually needs to produce proof, because you just go on JSTOR or Athena, Blackwell or whatever, you get it. Just Google Caliphate. You don't even need to pay for a journal to get this information.
So Atikur Rahman, Abhijit, point taken. So can I ask Atikur Rahman, how can those accused of spreading terror, asking vulnerable youth to join, point number 1, and then point number 2 of spreading terror even through social media platforms, is ignored? Why do you want to completely ignore them? And then you come out to defend Atikur Rahman when they call it a political vendetta? So these days, our agencies, whether they raid any political outfit, whether they raid any terror, everything is political vendetta. NIA, ED, CBI. What is this? What is this, Atikur Rahman?
Well, Aishwarya, since 5, 7, 10 long years, we are just hearing that the PFI is involved in terrorist activities in India. They are getting foreign funding. They are also having links with the ISIS. and so on and so forth with various, terrorist organization. I want to ask whoever is propagating that the PFI is involving itself into such anti-social elements, does the organization which is involved in such anti-social terrorist activities held press conferences? They have a website of their own. They go on protesting. They carry on the 15th August and the 26th January rallies of Independence Day and the Republic Days in India. Such an organization which is working for the downtrodden people, the minorities, they are having their own website, Aishwarya. They are having their own literature. They are having a document called Vision 2047, which is on their website. None of these literature have any terrorist activities involved in it. They have no literature which pinpoints any anti-social activity. So from where are you getting this literature that the PFI is related to ISIS?
Are you saying that
or getting
Binay Singh, before I come to you, I need to counter it. What are you saying?
From where?
Atikur Rahman, what are you saying? The NIA remand copy, page number 1 of the remand copy, Atikur Rahman. The page number 1.
Remand copy.
Under section 35 of UAPA, the central government. You want me to read? I'll read. They have proof. But Binay Singh, the larger, no, Atikur Rahman, hold on. Anurag Bhadoria hasn't spoken. Rashmi Sawant, I haven't gone to relax. Binay Singh. Atikur Rahman, I'll come to you. Atikur Rahman, you made your point. Thank you very much, sir. Professor, I'll come to you. Professor, I'll come back to you. I came to you first, I'll come back to you. Binay Singh, how? And that's the question. How was PFI allowed to grow a presence in 22 states? You have been following. I always remember reading your book. Whenever I do this debate on PFI, how was it allowed, PFI allowed? Binay Singh, that's also a question which we need to answer today. It didn't happen overnight. Binay Singh, Anurag Bhadoria. Yeah.
You just go through the 2000, you go through, Aishwarya, you just go through the 2007 vision document of CPI Maoist. It is called UPUA, Urban Perspective or Work in Urban Areas. You will find a heading, the heading is named Legal Democratic or Format. So these organizations, radical Islamic outfits, even the CPI Maoists, they are performing their activities in the legal democratic format. So you can see they are carrying tirangas, they are doing social work, but this is just a camouflage. But you were just talking about the ED, what ED submitted proofs today, the ED's paper. So you will find the similarity between the SIMI, why the reason SIMI was banned, and what has been produced by the NIA in related to PFI just now. So just
that was my point number 2.
Points.
That is PFI headed the SIMI way.
Mentioned by the tribunal,
Binay, that was my supplementary. That is PFI headed the SIMI way.
The tribunal which banned SIMI, what I am saying, Aishwarya, ki PFI and SIMI both are just not connected, but they are same. It is the same wine into the new bottle. So I am just reading the para which mention why SIMI was banned. This is the document which of the tribunal which banned SIMI. So you will find a similarity between what has been you find with PFI and SIMI. It is mentioned governing of human life through basis of Quran, propagation of Islam, jihad, destruction of nationalism establishment, and very interesting point that instigating Muslim on Ram Janmabhoomi Babri Masjid verdict delivered by the Lucknow bench of Allahabad High Court. You go to the website of PFI, you will find exactly the same poster. Lest we forget Babri Masjid demolition. So you will find this very similar reason why PFI SIMI was banned, and that tribunal has mentioned the reason. You will find that same reason. So
Anurag Bhadoria,
what they are celebrating or what
so
they are
Anurag Bhadoria, if your pre-workout exercises are done, so Anurag Bhadoria, if your pre-workout exercises are done on camera, sir, if I may ask, how can the incriminating evidence? No, Binay, I'll come back to you. Binay, I'll come back to you. Vinay, I'll come back to you. Vinay, I'll come back.
10 seconds.
Vinay, I need to ask. Vinay, I need to ask him that how can the incriminating evidence which I can see in the remand copy of the NIA should be ignored, Anurag Bhadoria? Can you please tell me, and can I have Rashmi Sawant on the other side? Yeah.
ऐश्वर्या जी अभी आपने कहा कि फ्री एक्सरसाइज, भाई रिपब्लिक टीवी पे बैठना है तो कम से कम खुद को मजबूत नहीं रखेंगे तो यार इतना तेज चिल्लाना पड़ेगा, लड़ना पड़ेगा, अभी अपनी बात कहने के लिए संघर्ष बहुत करना पड़ता है आजकल, दिक्कत ये है। तो इसलिए मैं थोड़ा वार्म अप हो जाता हूँ अपने बोलने के पहले। अब सवाल ये है कि बार बार देखिए बात आ रही है मुस्लिम, चाहे मुस्लिम हो, चाहे हिंदू हो, चाहे सिख हो, चाहे ईसाई हो, चाहे अनुराग भदौरिया हो या ऐश्वर्या जी हो, कोई व्यक्ति अगर राष्ट्र के खिलाफ काम करेगा, देश के हित में काम नहीं करेगा, देश के विरोध में काम करेगा तो उस पर रोक तो लगनी चाहिए, उस पर बैन भी लगनी चाहिए, चाहे कोई व्यक्ति हो। इसमें बहस की इतना जरूरत ही नहीं है। लेकिन भारतीय जनता पार्टी के प्रवक्ता से सवाल पूछता मैं तो वो तो आएंगे नहीं। अब हम लोग देखो यहाँ पे आपस में जूझ रहे हैं, लेकिन जिसको फैसला लेना है वो है ही नहीं। माने जिससे हम सवाल पूछते हैं कि भाई आपने बैन क्यों नहीं किया, इतने दिनों से 8 साल से आपकी सरकार है और आपको लगता है कि ये जो पीएफआई है या अनुराग भदौरिया, ऐश्वर्या राय जी ये देश के लिए खतरा है, तो आपको इन पे बैन कर देना चाहिए। फिर आपने क्यों नहीं किया? इसके मतलब आपकी इंटेलिजेंस डिपार्टमेंट फेलियर है। फंडिंग भी आ रही है विदेश से, आप कह रहे हो फंडिंग भी आई है, जैसे हाथरस के केस में मैंने देखा, या दिल्ली दंगे में भी हमने यही सुना था, पीएफआई आई है, विदेश से फंडिंग भी आ गया, विदेश से फंडिंग भी आ रहा है, यहाँ पे पीएफआई के लोग भी हैं, देश को खतरा भी हो रहा है। तो आप कहाँ हैं फिर? सरकार किस लिए है? 8 साल से सिर्फ इस बात के लिए है कि आपको सिर्फ नहीं, आपको सिर्फ बोलना है, देश की सुरक्षा का मामला है। सुरक्षा में अगर कोई गलत
करेगा, समाजवादी पार्टी
चाहिए।
You represent Netaji's party.
Yes.
What's your stand? Can you tell me that the Samajwadi Party is saying today? Just before I come to you, can you tell me, Anurag Bhadoria, that can you say that on the debate tonight, that you stand for ban on PFI? Just can you say that, yes or no? Can you say that, Anurag, that you stand for ban on PFI? Yes or no?
हाँ तो रुकोगे तो बोलूंगा ना। हाँ रुको तो बोल रहा। मैंने कहा
बोलिए जनाब।
PFI हो चाहे अनुराग भदौरिया हो चाहे ऐश्वर्या हो, अगर देश के लिए खतरा है तो बैन करो ना। किसने आपको रोका है कि पीएफआई को बैन मत करो? आपके पास सबूत है, आपके पास सारे देश के लिए खतरा है। तो किसने आपको रोका?
रश्मि सावंत है रश्मि आंसरिंग नाउ, कम डाउन।
अगर एक को बंद करोगे ना तो 2 आ जाएंगे उसकी जगह पे। Simi was banned and PFI popped up 5 years later. Same leaders, same model of funding came up. So I think the best way to deal with extremist organizations is to cut their funding, to prosecute their members for the individual crimes that they're perpetrating under these outfits, and then to ban the organization. Just, banning the organization, they're just going to set up shop somewhere else under another name. There was a Simi, there's a PFI, tomorrow there'll be another one. So it's just going to be an endless triage. And then people are just going to keep coming and asking for bans. And I think if any proof is required of how dangerous PFI is to this country, all you need to do is not look beyond what is happening in Kerala right now. The kind of stone pelting, the kind of anti-social elements, how people are being forced to shut their shops. Some people who are making an honest living.
Thank you so much, Aishwarya.
Shut up their shops because.
No, hold on, Atisham. Let Rashmi complete.
So I believe that
No, but Rashmi, I completely agree. But that is exactly what we are being told. Do you see this? This was the, if I am not wrong, the largest crackdown on the PFI ever. Because what I am being told by my sources today, viewers, is this, Rashmi, that the government want to go not only till ground zero, but underground. The whole recruiting nexus, they want to break that. Not only the funding one, but also the recruiting one. The part where the NIA remand copy says, Ehtisham Hashmi, that vulnerable youth is being recruited. That part, and as it is being said by everyone on the panel mostly, from Professor Kapil Kumar to Rashmi Sawant to Abhijit, that it's a very, very complex web which the NIA is trying to unbundle. But that's my question, that it took 22 states they have spread and no government did nothing for all these years. Vinay Singh, who follows PFI very, very minutely, is saying that it's the Simi way. It is Simi, he says. But I'm saying that the government of the day did nothing. Did nothing at that point of time. Ehtisham Hashmi. But today, it's time to cut and to cut it from the roots itself. Ehtisham Hashmi, why are you not supporting it?
Aishwarya, let me ask one small question to all the panelists. Are we discussing on Muslim terrorist or Hindu terrorist, or we want to discuss on national security? First, give me answer to
why
this
are you getting
question.
religion into this?
One important thing which I would like to mention, terrorism has no religion. And I can give you example of this on live show today.
Wow.
Have you heard about Yashwant Shinde?
Terrorism has no religion.
Have you heard about Yashwant Shinde?
Professor Kapil Kumar will answer you.
Let me make my point.
I am telling you, Ehtisham,
you are not a small
you
kid.
want me to give a list?
Don't try to interfere like this. You are not a small kid.
You want me to give a list?
Please,
I know you're a lawyer.
This is not the way to conduct the debate. It's my turn. It's my turn. This is not the way to conduct the debate, Aishwarya. Please.
Ehtisham, it is your turn. I'm talking to you.
Aishwarya, you are not a small
kid. I'm only talking to you.
You are a grown-up
Ehtisham, I'm talking to you.
Please behave yourself.
I know you're a Supreme Court lawyer.
This is not the way to conduct the debate. Allow me to make my point.
Let me tell you, Ehtisham. You want...
Allow me to make my point, Aishwarya. This is not the way. It's a sheer disrespect to me. You invited me to this debate. You not allow me to make my point.
Relax. I'm not showing you any disrespect. What's your problem, Ehtisham? This is not for the first time you are coming on a debate. So calm down. Calm your horses down, Ehtisham Hashmi. Calm your horses down. Calm your horses down. You are not countering Gaurav Bhatia that you will get personal. Relax. I know you have an issue. Relax. Ehtisham Hashmi, relax.
I am not getting personal. I just want to brought one affidavit into your notice. I want to brought one important affidavit.
I will get you 10 names.
By one of the functionaries
you don't want to talk to me,
RSS
Professor.
and Vishwa Hindu
Professor
Parishad.
Kapil Kumar, Ehtisham Hashmi. Professor Kapil Kumar, Ehtisham Hashmi wants to give one name.
Aishwarya, this is
Should
not
we
the
give
way.
him 100 names? I am not doing name.
Please allow me to make my submission.
Listen, Ehtisham Hashmi, you make your point. But for me, you deliberately trying to get religion when I am saying what they are doing is anti-India. You are trying to get Hindu-Muslim. I am saying they are trying to recruit vulnerable Indian youth
और यशवंत शिंदे का एफिडेविट तो क्या आप इग्नोर कर सकते हैं आप जो ऑन रिकॉर्ड कह रहा है कि आरएसएस और विश्व हिंदू परिषद ब्लास्ट करवाती है जिससे कि बीजेपी चुनाव जीते इस बात से मुंह मोड़ सकते हैं क्या आप यशवंत शिंदे का एफिडेविट क्या आंख में पट्टी बांध के देखते हैं क्या यशवंत शिंदे आरएसएस आदमी है वो एफिडेविट फाइल कर रहा है कि आरएसएस बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट करवाती है और वो आप अपने चैनल पे डिबेट नहीं करते करो 100 बार पर आरएसएस मुझे आप
Sayyid Asad Abbas, carry on, and then Abhijit will counter.
All right, couple of quick points. I was hearing the respective panelists on the show. Aishwarya, first, let us understand that my good friend Abhijit Iyer made a point that it does take time to collate evidence. Absolutely, there's no harming that. I do not contest that point. Let us understand, but does it take 8 years? Modi ji, the Prime Minister of our nation, says that we are ideal terrorism with iron hands, iron fists. But does it take 8 long years? Hasn't the intelligence been CBI, ED, IT work double shift time when it comes to the opposition? But what about such PFI, CFI and SDPI and radical organizations such as this? Why doesn't my friend agree that they have been inefficient, that they have not performed their duties at their optimum? Also, as a matter of fact,
coming
made a point saying that Simi, last point, Aishwarya sir, last point. Simi was banned. It took the shape of a PFI and so on and so forth. Tomorrow this will happen. I believe the government power today must indeed deal them with iron hands. Ensure that all these found to be guilty are behind the bars. Harshest of punishment meted out. A simple example I give you. Every time where weed grows, you need to uproot it by its roots. Does not mean weed keeps growing, so you're going to leave it. No. If there is a ban, even if there are 10 other organizations coming up like a PFI, you need to ban them. You need to uproot them. That is the only way to deal with them. And finally, my friend, you haven't read the history.
Abhijit is answering.
There is a vast difference.
Thank you.
Between the Ottoman Empire and the Khilafat.
Point made, point taken.
The Khalifat is the base of the Islamic culture, religion and its prophecies. You cannot equate the two. And the professor said Ottoman Empire. He did not say Khalifa.
Asad.
You gave him a false equivalence and a
Let's stop
clarity
the
on
monologue,
that, sir.
please. Thank you, Asad.
He mentioned Ottoman Empire, which is the monarchy.
Thank you. Point taken. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, please. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Asad. Very good point. I think the professor had a slip of the tongue, but the Ottoman Emperor was the caliph. Now, getting to your first point, how long did it take America to kill Osama bin Laden with people working double shifts? 10 years? Ayman al-Zawahiri, who was just as responsible. 1 second, let me finish now. Ayman al-Zawahiri, who was just as responsible for 9/11, they killed him only after 20 years. Right? Investigations take time. The problem with terrorist organizations is that they don't see ED and things like that. When you have crooked businessmen, they don't have the ability to hide and things like that the way a terror organization does. The networks of terror organizations are completely different. It utilizes completely different channels of money. It uses small amounts. So when businessmen, for example, do things, it's in a few hundreds of crores. Here it's usually drips and sobs of 20,000-30,000 rupees coming in. You know, when you go into America, for example, if you have more than 10,000 US dollar notes, you have to declare it and it gets marked and everything. We've got similar laws here about bringing in cash. You have to declare these things. It takes time. It takes effort. It's all subcutaneous and it has to be done slowly. Now, if you go just by the biggest terrorist known on earth, Osama bin Laden, and the second biggest, Ayman al-Zawahiri, I would say that the NIA has done a pretty damn good job, just going by timelines.
Atikur Rahman and Binay Singh. Atikur Rahman, yes, you wanted to say something. You want to make a point. Yeah. Do that.
Aishwarya, look at the inherent contradiction in what Abhijit just now pointed out. That he is pinpointing Osama's, fate and Ayman al-Zawahiri's fate related to US. May I ask him, was Osama bin Laden and Ayman al-Zawahiri having press conferences in US while they were, on charge of terrorism? Were they having roaming free? They were having a website of their own? Every day challenging the US? 8 long years? And this pinpoints the contradiction with the zero tolerance and the nation first arguments. Today, since the Modi government is heading towards 2024 general elections, they are hobnobbing on these false accusations against all the Muslim organizations. Not only PFI, not only Farooq Abdullah, not only National Conference, not only Congress of Bharat, all opposition parties are terrorists in the eyes of BJP. They want a Congress Mukh Bharat, opposition Mukh Bharat.
Atikur Rahman, take the answer. Atikur Rahman, take the answer. Abhijit is giving you the answer. Atikur Rahman, come down.
Atiq ji, very simple answer to you is yes, and yes. Okay, Osama bin Laden and Ayman al-Zawahiri used to keep releasing press statements left, right and center. Okay, they used to get press people over. If you remember, was it Al Jazeera or Al Arabiya correspondent who was killed trying to go get an interview?
Not in the presence of any.
Excuse me, I haven't finished speaking. Please don't interrupt me. Please do not interrupt me. I did not interrupt you.
Inherent contradiction.
You asked us, sir. आपने मेरे से पूछा वो प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस किया? नहीं, रुको. पहले मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ सुन तो लो. तो कैसे इंटरप्ट करोगे?
Under the protection of the US
सर एक मिनट रुक जाओ
यार. Under the protection of the US government.
एक मिनट.
Atikur Rahman, listen to Abhijit at least. If you don't agree, I understand, but listen to him.
Almost every year, sometimes twice a year, Ayman al-Zawahiri and Osama bin Laden would address the press. They would get journalists one way or another to do some interview with them. And that was one of the ways in which the America tried to track them. Second, they kept running websites left, right and center.
From
sprout up, sprout down websites.
From which location?
1 second, let me finish. Sir, 1 second, let me finish.
From which location, sir?
By this time, 1 second, let me finish. And by this time, they had already been on the run.
You are lying.
They were already on the run.
Interrupting you. Now, from which location,
Osama? Excuse me, I am not lying. Excuse me, you do not get to tell me that I'm lying. All right, you do not get to tell me that I'm lying. I realize it's very painful for you that your fellow co-religionists are terrorists, and you are doing the exact same thing. Okay, now PFI has not been banned yet, so they have every right to hold a press conference. When they get banned, they will go underground.
From which location? You need to ask
ban or
from which location?
Do you understand the difference between being banned and lack of ban? Because it seems you seem quite clueless about how sequence works.
Do you understand between
you can't prevent people from holding
under the protection of the local police?
Don't have a spat.
So if a terrorist hold a press conference, they are not a terrorist.
Atikur Rahman, you need to relax now. Okay.
Aishwarya.
No. So a terrorist holding a press conference.
Okay. Binay Singh, I asked you, is PFI headed the same way? You said yes, the other same. I said, how was PFI? Now, Atikur Rahman, you need to calm down. Can I have Atisham? Can I have Ehtisham Hashmi on the other side? Binay Singh, my question is, I asked you last time, how was the PFI allowed to grow across 22 states? And now I ask, who was funding? Because they had to grow. Who was funding them? That's also a question, right? That's also a question.
Aishwarya.
Who was funding them for so long?
Aishwarya, from yesterday, a lot many panelists are asking the same question, that why PFI was allowed to operate for so many years and why the action has been taken today. So let me quote a very simple example, and the answer is very simple. We don't need to shout over each other. In 2008, Mumbai blast attack happened. Who was the accused? Ajmal Kasab. And the very next day, all the people of this country, the police of this country, even the judge who delivered the judgment 4 years later, he was also convinced that this person is a Pakistani terrorist and he has killed innocent people. So what was the outcome? We didn't hang him the very next day or the very next month. He also, that kind of person, regarding whom everyone is convinced, the whole world is convinced, we as a practitioner of democracy, we need to give him a chance of fair trial. So the same thing is here, that when you are investigating PFI, you need to do a lot of homework, a lot of paperwork, a lot of investigation before commencing such massive raids. So that's why it takes time. And Aishwarya, the last point, the Home Minister,
it takes time and it's understandable. Professor Kapil Kumar, Binay Singh, I understand it takes time. The agencies are not terrorists. As Abhijit was trying to explain to Atikur Rahman, the agencies have a way, they have a manual. They work according to process. That is exactly what Abhijit Iyer Mitra was trying to explain to Atikur Rahman, which Atikur was just not ready to understand. Asad, I'll come to you. Professor Kapil Kumar and Anurag Bhadoria. Asad, I'll come to you. I can see your finger. Thank you very much. Professor Kapil Kumar first, and then Anurag
from your deep slumber.
Atikur Rahman, calm down. You've had that conversation with Abhijit. Thank you. Yes, Professor Kapil Kumar.
Aishwarya, let me tell you something. My worry is not terrorist. The terrorist can be dealt with, are being dealt with. My worry is that psyche which gives birth to such fanatics and terrorists. My worry is that psyche. I am talking of uprooting that psyche. Will Atikur Rahman Saab like his youth to be affected by that psyche of fanaticism and terrorism? His answer will be no. Okay. Now I ask this question, when someone accused me, do I know what Turkey is doing and that is doing? I request that gentleman to see the map which ICIS has put up. Everywhere the green map, starting from Middle East and ending up at Indonesia. And where does India stand in that map? Let him see that map. That is my worry as a nationalist to my nation. I am not concerned with any political party, whether it is ruling party or the opposition party. My concern is my nation. Now I ask another question to you. How many of this Sahab who is accusing me and shouting abuses at me, did he had the guts to condemn the memorial of Yaqub Menon which was made in Mumbai? Did he had the guts to do that? Does he have the guts to condemn that slogan of Sartan Se Juda? They keep defending it. In what conditions it was said? Do you have the guts to condemn that?
ऐश्वर्या जी, ऐश्वर्या जी, ऐश्वर्या जी, देखा आपने 45 मिनट की डिबेट में हम एक कोई इडियट बोल दिया, किसी ने किसी को औकात दिखा दी, किसी ने क्या क्या बोल दिया, लेकिन ये सारे जो 6-7 पैनलिस्ट ये भूल गए हैं इसमें किसी की कोई औकात नहीं है, हमारी भी नहीं है। जिनकी औकात है वो तो आते ही नहीं है डिबेट पे। जिनकी औकात है, जिनको जवाब देना है, जिनसे हमें आपको हमको मिलके सवाल पूछना है, वो बताएंगे कि वो क्या करने वाले हैं, वो तो डिबेट में ही नहीं आ रहे हैं। तो आप क्यों लड़ रहे हो आपस में बेवजह, एक दूसरे को इडियट औकात दिखाने में लगे हो? सवाल यह है कि देश की जब आंतरिक सुरक्षा का मामला है, उस समय जब सत्ता दल के लोग भाग जा रहे हैं, बात करने को तैयार नहीं है, तो सबसे बड़ा दोषी कौन? भारतीय जनता पार्टी, जो इस पे चर्चा नहीं करना चाहती, इस पे बात नहीं करना चाहती। इतना बड़ा मामला है, देश की आंतरिक सुरक्षा का मामला है,
पार्टी से ऊपर कभी उठ नहीं सकते।
इस पे बहस
Absolutely है,
पार्टी।
But the irony is that today Asad Abbas is not standing shoulder to shoulder with Abhijit Iyer Mitra. Ehtisham Hashmi, who is a lawyer in the Supreme Court, viewers, is calling names to Professor Kapil Kumar. Why? What has Professor said? What has Abhijit Iyer Mitra said? They've only said that these organizations who are anti-India, who've been working against the country, vulnerable youth being recruited to terrorist organizations, and Ehtisham Hashmi, the best you can do is call names to Professor. Not done, huh? Not done. Not done. All of us as Indians need to come together, Binay Singh, and they need to read your book sometimes. I'm telling you this. To understand that how systematically such organizations work and how systematically they try and work. The whole process, recruitment, funding, everything, every aspect. And now when the agency is working, they'll call it political vendetta. They won't let the debate happen. Call names. Ehtisham Hashmi, you're a Supreme Court lawyer. I'm again amazed. But thank you very much on that. And on the other side, debate number 2 on Home Minister Amit Shah's open warning, open challenge rather, to the opposition. Do what you can. You're not winning 2024. That's debate number 2 today at 10.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university for the 10th year by India Today, a testimony to Amity's world-class education whilst imbibing values and sanskars in students.
Anti-riot mock drill conducted by Delhi police in Kushal Cinema Chowk, the site of the riots that took place on the occasion of Hanuman Jayanti in Jahangirpuri. Co-president of BJP Mahila Morcha in West Bengal, Maushumi Das, attacked by 2 suspects who broke into her residence with faces covered and attacked the leader. Suspicions have been raised of the miscreants being linked to the TMC. At least 2,600 quarters of illegal liquor recovered as a vehicle is used for transporting it was seized by police at Dwarka in NCR. 3 bootleggers who were arrested are further accused of using children to evade authorities. Karnataka Congress have released another social media campaign of posters under the banner Pay CM, alluding to the alleged transactions made to the BJP government for various positions in the state.
Look at some national stories now. The PFI is taken to the streets after the nationwide raids by the National Investigation Agency on its offices. The protests turned violent on occasion. There was an open face-off between PFI workers and police personnel, and multiple districts witnessed this in Kerala. The PFI workers were seen indulging in violence, stone pelting, and vehicles were also vandalized.
Violence breaks out in Kerala with public property damage, stones hurled and damage brought about across districts in the state. Incidents reported in cities such as Thiruvananthapuram, Kochi and Kallai, among others.
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar participated at a book discussion of the book Modi @20, Dreams Meet Delivery at New York. The discussion was organized by the Indo-American Arts Council.
It's interesting here. I mean, you suggested in a way that Modi brought about the change. I would actually say Modi himself is a product of that change. That is the fact that someone like him eventually has become Prime Minister of India itself shows how much the country has changed.
The EAM during the discussion spoke about the process of change brought by the Prime Minister and also stated that he himself was a product of the change that had been brought about by the people of India. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Top stories in brief, viewers. The Kerala High Court has taken up a suo motu case against the PFI against the flash strikes called by the organisation across Kerala. The court has called for a stringent action against the vendors, stating that acts of violence interfering with the life of citizens ought to be dealt with iron hands, thereby directing the state machinery to prevent any such incidents. Two police personnel were reported to have been attacked by two bike-borne alleged supporters of the PFI at the district of Kollam in Kerala, and they called for a strike during the NIA raids.
Karnataka Congress have released another social media campaign of posters under the banner Pay CM, alluding to the alleged transactions made to the BJP government for various positions in the state. Violence breaks out in Kerala with public property damage, stones hurled and damage brought about across districts in the state. Incidents reported in cities such as Thiruvananthapuram, Kochi and Kallai, among others.
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar participated at a book discussion of the book Modi @20, Dreams Meet Delivery at New York. The discussion was organized by the Indo-American Arts Council.
It's interesting here. I mean, you suggested in a way that Modi brought about the change. I would actually say Modi himself is a product of that change. That is the fact that someone like him eventually has become Prime Minister of India itself shows how much the country has changed.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has hit out at urban Naxals. The Prime Minister said that they have only exploited the country and its countrymen.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 private university for the 10th year by India Today, a testimony to Amity's world-class education whilst imbibing values and sanskars in students.
Two police personnel were reported to have been attacked by two bike-borne alleged supporters of the PFI at the district of Kollam in Kerala, and they called for a strike during the NIA raids.
Karnataka Congress have released another social media campaign of posters under the banner Pay CM, alluding to the alleged transactions made to the BJP government for various positions in the state. Violence breaks out in Kerala with public property damage, stones hurled and damage brought about across districts in the state. Incidents reported in cities such as Thiruvananthapuram, Kochi and Kallai, among others.
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar participated at a book discussion of the book Modi @20, Dreams Meet Delivery at New York. The discussion was organized by the Indo-American Arts Council.
It's interesting here. I mean, you suggested in a way that Modi brought about the change. I would actually say Modi himself is a product of that change. That is the fact that someone like him eventually has become Prime Minister of India itself shows how much the country has changed.
The EAM during the discussion spoke about the process of change brought by the Prime Minister and also stated that he himself was a product of the change that had been brought about by the people of India. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Top stories in brief, viewers. The Kerala High Court has taken up a suo motu case against the PFI against the flash strikes called by the organisation across Kerala. The court has called for a stringent action against the vendors, stating that acts of violence interfering with the life of citizens ought to be dealt with iron hands, thereby directing the state machinery to prevent any such incidents. Two police personnel were reported to have been attacked by two bike-borne alleged supporters of the PFI at the district of Kollam in Kerala, and they called for a strike during the NIA raids.
Karnataka Congress have released another social media campaign of posters under the banner Pay CM, alluding to the alleged transactions made to the BJP government for various positions in the state. Violence breaks out in Kerala with public property damage, stones hurled and damage brought about across districts in the state. Incidents reported in cities such as Thiruvananthapuram, Kochi and Kallai, among others.
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar participated at a book discussion of the book Modi @20, Dreams Meet Delivery at New York. The discussion was organized by the Indo-American Arts Council.
It's interesting here. I mean, you suggested in a way that Modi brought about the change. I would actually say Modi himself is a product of that change. That the fact that someone like him eventually has become Prime Minister of India itself shows how much the country has changed.
The EAM during the discussion spoke about the process of change brought by the Prime Minister and also stated that he himself was a product of the change that had been brought about by the people of India. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Top stories in brief, viewers. The Kerala High Court has taken up a suo motu case against the PFI against the flash strikes called by the organisation across Kerala. The court has called for a stringent action against the vendors, stating that acts of violence interfering with the life of citizens ought to be dealt with iron hands, thereby directing the state machinery to prevent any such incidents. Two police personnel were reported to have been attacked by two bike-borne alleged supporters of the PFI at the district of Kollam in Kerala, and they called for a strike during the NIA raids.
Karnataka Congress have released another social media campaign of posters under the banner Pay CM, alluding to the alleged transactions made to the BJP government for various positions in the state. Violence breaks out in Kerala with public property damage, stones hurled and damage brought about across districts in the state. Incidents reported in cities such as Thiruvananthapuram, Kochi and Kallai, among others.
External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar participated at a book discussion of the book Modi @20, Dreams Meet Delivery at New York. The discussion was organized by the Indo-American Arts Council.
It's interesting here. I mean, you suggested in a way that Modi brought about the change. I would actually say Modi himself is a product of that change. That the fact that someone like him eventually has become Prime Minister of India itself shows how much the country has changed.
The EAM during the discussion spoke about the process of change brought by the Prime Minister and also stated that he himself was a product of the change that had been brought about by the people of India. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
Top stories in brief, viewers. The Kerala High Court has taken up a suo motu case against the PFI against the flash strikes called by the organisation across Kerala. The court has called for a stringent action against the vendors, stating that acts of violence interfering with the life of citizens ought to be dealt with iron hands, thereby directing the state machinery to prevent any such incidents. Two police personnel were reported to have been attacked by two bike-borne alleged supporters of the PFI at the district of Kollam in Kerala, and they called for a strike during the NIA raid.
From the Delhi studios of Republic TV, it's time for the debate.
Friends, Aishwarya handed it over to me, and we are 15 months from the next general elections in 2024. All the parties are getting their plans into motion. Today in Bihar, the tone and tenor of the rally by Home Minister Amit Shah was a message. There were optics as well. It was a message that the BJP is all set for the 2024 fight. Question is, while BJP is ready, is the opposition ready as well? Here's the story and then we debate.
Home Minister Amit Shah held his first rally in the state of Bihar since the U-turn by Nitish Kumar, and he didn't hold back.
मोदी जी ने एक बड़प्पन दिखाया था। हमसे आधी सीटें आई थी, आधी सीटें, फिर भी हमने बड़प्पन दिखाकर आपको मुख्यमंत्री बनाया था, क्योंकि मोदी जी ने वादा दिया था हम नीतीश बाबू के नेतृत्व में लड़ेंगे। मगर आप जैसे ही लोकसभा का चुनाव नजदीक आया, प्रधानमंत्री बनने के लिए कांग्रेस और लालू जी की गोदी में बैठ गए।
He set the tone for 2024 as well as the next Bihar elections.
बिहार की जनता ने आपको बेनिफिट ऑफ डाउट दिया है, अब जान गए हैं इस बार चुनाव में ना लालू की पार्टी आएगी ना आपकी पार्टी आएगी। बिहार में खिलेगा तो केवल मोदी जी का कमल खिलेगा, कमल।
The Mahagठबंधन is clearly rattled.
हम तो पहले ही कह रहे थे ना आएंगे तो झूठों का माहौल गड़बड़ करने के लिए आएंगे और कहेंगे कि जंगल राज है। क्या भाषा कैसे बोल रहे थे, हम तो हंसी आ रही थी उनके भाषण को देख करके कि भाई सच में comedy show chal raha tha.
Now, Amit Shah has sent a clear message to the court of Nitish Kumar and Lalu Yadav. Shah alleged that Nitish Kumar is a habitual and political turncoat, and in order to become Prime Minister, he is sitting on the lap of the Congress party and the RJD. Nitish Kumar, in order to galvanize the opposition forces, had met several opposition leaders early this month in Delhi, and now he's all set to meet Congress President Sonia Gandhi and accompanied by Lalu Yadav.
The opposition may be talking about unity, but who will take on Prime Minister Modi? The dissonance within is unmissable.
भाजपा के जितना विरोधी दल है इस देश में, उनको सब एकजुट करने की हर संभव प्रयास हम करेंगे। अब इससे बढ़िया बात आपको क्या कहें?
15 months to the next general elections. The pitch is getting louder each day. But who has the strategy and popular support on their side? Let's debate.
All right, here we go. This is going to be interesting. Let me introduce our guests for the evening first. Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. Manish Barrier, political analyst, now leans towards the BJP, ex-JDU. Dr. Ashok Sinha is the leader of the BJP from Patna in Bihar. Kovai Satyan, spokesperson AIA-DMK from down south. On the other side of the debate, Abhishek Jha, spokesperson of the JDU. There should be an interesting joust happening between him and Manish and Ashok Sinha in a while. Abbas Haider, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Ravula Sridhar Reddy, leader of the TRS. And my favorite, Professor Manojit Mandal of the TMC. Sanju, you will get your share of time. We have an hour to take on Manojit Da. But I want to begin with Dr. Ashok Sinha and Abhishek Jha, because I want to speak a bit about Kishanganj and Purnia. This is the Simanchal belt of Bihar, and there is perhaps some reason why the Union Home Minister, the election juggernaut that he is, the master strategist of the party that he is, might have chosen this. Mr. Sinha, if you can tell us, was there some design? Because politics is as much about substance as about optics. Why Home Minister, after the change of government in Bihar, chooses Simanchal, chooses Kishanganj and Purnia?
HM has chosen this Simanchal because out of goodwill, because of our alliance partner JDU, we never fought in full bloom in this area. However, we admit, as like in Araria, we are strong all over this Simanchal. So we want to break this myth also, as well as we want to split up our own worker, that this time we are not going to forsake any of the seats, and very much we are there in Simanchal. Moreover, it was this area upon which our opposition banked much. So our HM took the bull by horn, and all the workers were completely enthused by his spirited speech.
Right. Okay. Abhishek Jha, BJP wants to take the bull by the horn in Simanchal. What's your take on that? Union Home Minister Amit Shah was scathing in his attack on Nitish Kumar today.
See, Union Home Minister Shah came to Bihar, came to Simanchal. The people of Bihar, people of Simanchal had great expectations from him that when he will come to Bihar, he will talk about the fact that when Bihar is going to get the special status, what special aid Bihar is going to get, what will happen to the promise that the Indian government made regarding employment, what is their stand on the increasing rates of everything in this entire nation. He must have said something about selling out the government properties and government companies. People had great expectations from him, but he came and talked rubbish only. He talked he uttered various political sentences. In fact, he accused our leaders that we are no one to rely upon. But we are very sure of the fact that BJP is a party which has a tendency to backstab its own allies. They should think that what is the reason behind the fact that any of the allies in the entire nation is not ready to work with the Bharatiya Janata Party? What is the reason that everyone is leaving them again and again? Same has happened in Bihar. We have also decided our party, our leaders.
But you have to respond. You have to respond to the point Mr. Sinha made, that he's taking the bull by the horns. Amit Shah, he's trying to break a myth. Of course, we understand what's the myth in Simanchal, that if there is a minority-dominated area with 40% Muslim population, yet the BJP wants to take its chances. It's like challenging the JDU at the core of its vote base, or the RJD at the core of their vote base.
the BJP is always concerned about the fact to break the social harmony in the society. When you listen to their speeches, their leaders' speeches, it is all that they are least concerned about the progress of any state or any region. They are more concerned of the fact that how to polarize the vote. Himachal is a region which is underdeveloped. In fact, entire Bihar is underdeveloped as per Niti Ayog's report. And the central aid which Bihar should get, Bihar is deprived of everything. So we had expectations that instead of trying to politicize the event, Amit Shah must have told something regarding the development of Bihar.
Okay, Bihar is underdeveloped. The BJP should be talking about special package. Manish Bariar, I mean, you know both the sides. You've been with the JDU. You are now a political analyst. Yeah, special status. Manish Bariar, why did the Home Minister not talk about the special package and really puncture the entire edifice of the campaign that the JDU could have against the BJP in the upcoming election in Bihar?
Yeah, good evening, Abhishek, and good evening to all my fellow panelists and all the viewers. See, this special status is a farce which Nitish Kumar and JDU has been talking for long years. And they all understand that as per the rules of the government, even N.K. Singh, the former finance secretary and who is from JDU, he has categorically said that special status is not possible for a state like Bihar. So it is just a political gimmick. If Nitish ji was so adamant on special status, he was there with the BJP and with the central government. He did not even went once to central.
You have given the entire debate. JDU, Abhishek Jha, how would you respond? He's saying special status is simply not possible. What are you talking about? It's done.
Not even once. He has tried for special status. Not even once. Right. One. Second, can I just add before I would end my point. Special status, you remove it. Bihar got 1,65,000 crore. Now you give me where has it gone? Amit Shah ji was today at Simhanchal. Bihar itself is the least developed state in the country.
I would like to
out of all the Simhanchal, out of all the districts of Bihar,
I would like to correct the data.
3-4 districts, it is actually the least developed without it. I would like to know why he's saying incorrect data. Because all the official data does say that Bihar is at the bottom.
Manish Bariar, there you agree with Abhishek Jha. Abhishek wants to rebut you. You are saying Simhanchal is the most or least developed part of Bihar.
Least developed
was saying
in
that
Bihar.
It is the most underdeveloped part of Bihar. So there is consensus between the two of you. But Abhishek Jha, till the time you were in power with the BJP, and that was till last month, the demand for special status was absolutely mooted. You have not quit the BJP or alliance with BJP on the issue of special status, for God's sake. Why it is becoming an issue now?
Our party and our leader has made the points very clear at various times. We had conflict with the BJP on various issues.
No, you should have quit the government. See, you should have quit the government on that basis. If there is a seriousness about it, you should have quit the government.
Why didn't you quit the government
on the basis of special status? Abhishek ji, I would like to know, does he understand what is special status? I challenge him whether he understands what is the meaning of special status. Can you please tell me what is the meaning of special status? How much money is going to come through special status?
Let me respond.
Can you please ask?
Manish Bariar, we are not having an economics class. We are discussing the politics behind the economy, if at all. And what Abhishek Jha is suggesting is that while the BJP once promised a special status, it remained muted. But there is a larger point. Sanju Verma. Hold on, Abhishek Jha, we have to fix your audio. There is some problem with the internet connection, I believe. I did not interrupt because I wanted to give you all time in the opening part of the debate. But let's fix the audio. In the meanwhile, Sanju Verma, the response of Tejaswi was very indicative of the choice of the BJP so far as the region is concerned. He said this is nothing but a ploy to polarize the state of Bihar now that JDU is not with the BJP. How would you respond to that? You are polarizing again. You are back to your old game.
Abhishek, I think Amit Shah today was at his best in calling a spade a spade. He clearly said that Nitish Kumar and the JDU believe in the Rajniti of Satta, Sazish and Swarth. As Amit Shah said, I think I would just like to repeat that for the benefit of your audience. Please, may I finish, Mr. Mandal? You can make a clown of yourself later on. Amit Shah clearly said, Nitish Kumar is the one man. Nitish Kumar is the one man who has the distinction of abandoning his own Sharad Yadav. We are not even talking of the BJP. We are not talking of the Congress. We are not talking of the JDU and RJD in bed together. We are talking of Nitish Kumar being the same man who actually led to the ouster of veteran leader Sharad Yadav from the JDU. This is the same Nitish Kumar who also led to the ouster of Jiten Ram Manjhi after he initially supported him, and Jiten Ram Manjhi became chief minister. After that, they had a fallout. This is the same Nitish Kumar who also had a fallout with Ram Vilas Paswan. As Amit Shah said, Nitish Kumar ki rajniti sirf mauka parasti. The politics of opportunism is the DNA of Nitish Kumar and the DNA of JDU. I just want to say one thing. Very quickly. Abhishek, a lot of statistics were given. I will just say this. Amit Shah today gave the Hisab Kitab of rupees 1.35 lakh crore, which has already been spent by the BJP. And he said that in each category, we've done more than what we promised. We told farmers we'll give you 3,000 crore. We actually gave them 7,800 crore. We said we would spend 27,000 crore on railways. We spent 56,000 crore on railways, particularly for the benefit of people in Bihar. We said we would spend 14,000 crore on highways. We ended up spending 26,000 crore on highways. So please don't teach us about numbers. We have delivered more than what we promised.
Okay. Sanju Jha, Sanju Verma. Sanju, you have given some statistics and I would want Abhishek Jha to respond to them. But before that, I have to go to Monojit Mandal. Monojit Da, Kishanganj, Purnia are as close to Bengal as Alaska is to Russia, But jokes apart, the fact of the matter is that Amit Shah is sending across a message. And the message is that when it comes to numbers and the electoral composition dynamics, the BJP can really take the challenge head on. As Dr. Sinha was saying, break the myth, take the bull by the horns. I think that's a challenge which TMC might face in its backyard from the BJP in some time. How do you see this?
What is Mr. Amit Shah's strategy? What is his strength? His strength lies in two of the government agencies, CBI and ED. And that's why we call him the biggest pappu of India. Does he fight election on the basis of
That's why Mamta Didi gave a clean check to CBI and ED recently.
His strategy is to break...
He's going against his party lines.
Who is this person? Who is this person disturbing me? Please,
the same person
please have patience. Have patience. I will expose you. Don't worry. Mr. Amit Shah. Why are you worked up? What is your name?
It doesn't matter.
Please stop. He was now look these people are brokers of BJP. One month back you are defending Nitish Kumar. Now Nitish Kumar has become Nitish Kumar ji has become Nitish Kumar, and Amit Shah has become Amit Shah ji. These people, you even trust these people? 1.5 months ago, these people were defending Nitish Kumar. Now they are turned cold. They have now summer salt, and now they're disturbing others. This person was, speaking on behalf of Nitish Kumar ji. Now Nitish Kumar ji has become Nitish Kumar, and Amit Shah has become Amit Shah ji. Is actually the dalals of BJP who are party in JDU. They are exposing themselves. Don't disturb me. Otherwise, I'll have to call you out. Don't disturb me. Did I disturb you?
Isn't it?
Yeah, if you disturb me, I'll call you out. If you disturb me, I'll call you out. Let me speak. Did I disturb you? You are defending Nitish Kumar 1.5 months back.
Let Manojit Mandal make his opening comments. I'll come back to you. We have a long time to go. We still have more than half an hour to go. Hold on. Let Manojit complete.
Please stop this. Stop this broker.
Come to the point, Manojit.
Please stop this broker of BJP. Come to the
point.
No.
Don't get personal. He has a stop. He has a stop. Go ahead.
Will be. Disturbing others is also personal. Disturbing others is a very uncivic task. If he says this, he does this, I'll call him out.
It's a stop. Manojit is a stop. He has a stop. He has a stop. Go ahead.
He has no points. Bharat versus Bharatiya Janata Party. Look at how they are disturbed. People versus BJP. BJP, I repeat, BJP is a party who depends on the government agencies to break other political parties. Come and fight
this man
people versus BJP. I give you statistics. You talked about 15 lakh rupees, 5 crores job. Look at the price of look at the dollars. How markets are falling. Country's economy, everything is in doldrums. And you are
putting a match.
Yarka for the Prime Minister. You are giving leverage to the businessmen. The banks
you are putting a match
other country.
To Manojit Da.
You talk about development.
Sanju, hold on.
The only strategy now you'll have, apart from ED and CBI, is polarizing the country. That's what Mr. Amit Shah has been doing in Bihar. I mean, that is his strategy.
All right, Manojit Da, you have made your opening comments. I have to pick from where.
Breaking others' political party and breaking the country on communal lines. Come and fight people of India on the street.
Which political party?
Without taking help from the government agencies.
Sanju Verma, let me come in. Sanju Verma, let me come in.
We have targeted at least 560 opposition leaders, out of which 36
okay, so please start crying, please start sulking because you feel that ED is targeting you.
Has happened. No conviction, no justice, only running after TMC leaders and raiding their houses, maligning them, maligning their family. That is the fabric task of Mr. Amit Shah. That's why we call him once again the biggest political puppet.
Sanju Verma, hold on. I'll come to you. I have given you good opportunity to start the debate outside of the Bihar argument. Sanju Verma, hold on. I see two good points made by Manojit Mandal. Let's look at them one by one. Sanju, you've got your opportunity, initial opportunity. You will get one more opportunity, two more opportunities. We have enough time. Just hold on. Don't obstruct.
Another point.
I'm just kind of taking the debate forward. We are talking about Bihar.
Parties of NDA, apart from BJP, name 3 political parties of NDA who has got more than 5 seats. Another point. All the big allies have left.
Okay, third important point made by Manojit Mandal. Now, Manojit Da, let me take this debate forward. Okay, let me take this debate forward.
Do you own this country? Do you own the people of this country? People of this country have judged you. All the big allies have left you. I challenge.
Okay. Now, Manojit Mandal, you have to stop. Sanju Verma has stopped. Be gracious enough for me to let this debate. Be gracious enough with me to let this debate be taken forward.
Please.
Manojit Mandal, you have made 3 good important points, and let's talk about them. You have made those points. You should love that this debate is moving in that direction. You said people versus BJP. Now, I was looking at the graphics of the package that we ran before we started the debate.
Yes.
And the BJP's vote share is more than almost all the parties, representatives of whom are sitting here in this debate, and some more, right? Manojit Da, so you can't say people versus BJP, but it's a challenge. As of now, numbers say that the people are perhaps more with the BJP than with the entire opposition as it stands today. Also, you said CBI versus it's CBI and ED. But let's begin with this argument: people versus the BJP.
62% Indians are against BJP.
Okay, people versus the BJP. People versus the BJP. Let me get others also. Manojit Da, I am still to get Ravila Sridhar Reddy into this. Ravila Sridhar Reddy. Your party chief has national ambitions. In fact, you are restructuring your party or at least renaming it to get a national veneer. Now, if it is people versus BJP, as Manojit Mandal of the TMC says, then clearly, going by numbers, people seem to be with the BJP rather than versus the BJP. How would TRS really take this challenge?
We made it very clear, right? The numbers you are talking about of the past. We are talking about the numbers of 2024. So the numbers will change. The BJP had 2 seats in this country. Now that's the numbers of the past. What is them today? So 2024, definitely we will make up to the numbers which will bring in majority to the opposition, which will unseat Modi and which will unseat.
How many
BJP
seats would TRS or its national avatar would get?
Come again? Hello?
How many seats would TRS or its national avatar would get?
See, you just can't predict just now. We are almost close to 2 years away from the election. So why so hurry? I mean, don't worry. BJP definitely...
No, I mean, we can't predict as close as Nostradamus. We can try. I mean, we are having a political argument. You would have some estimate in your mind to be, claiming to be a national party. You have to have, by the strict definition of election commission, you have to have at least 5% votes in 6 states before you are called a national party.
Listen, Abhishek. Why hurry? The arithmetics will come at an appropriate time. Definitely, we told you very clearly in the past also. We are going to make a strong alternative which the...
Okay, arithmetic would come. Shall we talk about chemistry? Okay, Ramula Sridhar Reddy, arithmetic would come later. But let's talk about chemistry. Let's talk about chemistry. Let's talk about chemistry. And I'll take this question. I'll take this question on chemistry by turn.
Okay. People are ready for a strong alternative. And I'm sure, again, I reiterate, it will be people versus BJP. And we will stitch it together.
Against the BJP
make a strong opposition. Arithmetics will come at the right point in time.
Interesting. We'll broaden the debate. Sanju Verma.
Yes.
Okay. Let's take it forward. Sanju Verma, the numbers are with you. So I'll just ask you to hold on to your thoughts. Let's talk about chemistry. And let me take this question to the opposition party representatives here. I have not been able to get an Abbas Haider of the Samajwadi Party.
I've barely got a chance to...
Hold on. Sanju Verma, it's getting interesting. Don't disturb the flow. Hold on. I want to involve Abbas Haider also and of course Kobai Sapchar.
Making allegations on the BJP and then...
Okay. Now, this is very interesting. This is very important. Sanju Verma, don't disturb. You are disturbing the flow of the debate. I'll come to you, Sanju Verma, hold on. It's a very important aspect. Arithmetic is with the BJP as of now on its own as well. Sanju Verma, take heart. But on chemistry, Ramula Sridhar Reddy, we had that famous 90 seconds or 120 seconds between Nitish Kumar and KCR. Uthiye, baithiye, chaliye, baithiye. 22 times in those 90 seconds. What kind of chemistry was that playing out?
Abhishek, you pick up, you have the tendency of picking up only that 90 seconds. But what happened before that? 1.5 hours before that, we never wanted to do that. So the chemistry is fine. The physics also will be fine. The arithmetic will be fine, and we will make a strong alternative.
Okay.
Now BJP has to worry. I mean, BJP has to worry because their numbers are going to decline. And declining Modi's image.
Okay,
and
Abbas
declining the country's...
Okay, fine. BJP has to worry. I am focusing on 90 seconds. Of course, those 90 seconds were very representative of the 1 hour or perhaps whatever opposition is doing. Okay, Ramula Sridhar Reddy, I have to involve Abbas Haider also. Abbas Haider, UP ke do ladke, it never worked.
So, yeah.
Bua and Bhatija did not work. Okay, UP ke ladke did not work. Abbas Haider, UP ke do ladke did not work. Bua and Bhatija did not work. And we have seen chaliye baithiye between Nitish and KCR. We have seen Mamata supporting the vice president candidate of the BJP and NDA, a governor with whom she was absolutely jousting for all the period that Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar was the governor of Bengal. Where is this opposition chemistry you are talking about? Where is it? We have not seen it.
Let me first clarify about arithmetics. See, we were talking about the vote percentage. Let me tell you, in 2019, when BJP was at its peak, it got 37% vote of the country. And the opposition, now the opposition parties, including the 11 parties which has left Bharatiya Janata Party alliance, NDA alliance in past 8 years, now the vote percentage these parties has got is more than 60%. So arithmetics is in favor of the opposition parties. One thing, see, BJP has lost its credibility among the allies. See, Shiv Sena, TDP, JDU, even Mehbooba Mufti. I mean, they have done alliance with Mehbooba Mufti. They have all left Bharatiya Janata Party one by one. They are left totally alone. Not even a single party other than Bharatiya Janata Party in the NDA has more than 2 MPs in the Lok Sabha. This is, and today what Amit Shah has said in the rally, he said that सीमांचल वासियों में जोश नजर नहीं आ रहा है. This is what he has said. We could see that Bharatiya Janata Party has not now realized that they are not going to do anything.